This video is explaining the casting process part 2, because in part 1, I primarily discussed what it's like to cast for a film. And it's a little bit different than for television. For episodic TV, it's like, holding on for dear life. You're on a fast-moving train and could crash at any moment. That's what it feels like to cast a TV show, because we get the script so late. When I talk about casting for episodics, I'm not talking about casting the leads. I'm not talking about making a pilot. I can talk about that in a separate, because I helped cast a lot of pilots. But I'm talking about, each episode has other roles that are written in besides the series regulars, the stars. And those roles can range from a co-star role to a guest star to recurring. Now, there's a little bit of a misconception about co-star roles. They're not entry-level roles. So it's not like, oh, you're a new actor, so you can book co-star roles. That's not the whole picture, because usually a co-star is doing the scene with the star of the show. So you have to go toe-to-toe with the star of a show. So if you're not up to a certain level of acting, very authentic and natural acting, you will stick out. So we have to be as careful with the co-star roles as the guest star roles. When I was working on the top sitcoms in the 90s and early 2000s, in our office, we rarely sent out a breakdown. We just didn't really have time to go through all the submissions. Plus, we were talking a lot with agents and managers, and they were pitching people to us. And that was a really good personal contact that I also miss now. I don't think it's being done as much. And we were always going and scouting for talent. We were going to plays. We were going to comedy shows. We were watching a lot of television and films, and we would find people that way and bring them into an audition room, which I really miss a lot, not having auditions in a room, because actors need to be directed. They need some tweaks that will help them get the role. Also, if you don't understand or really know what the style of the show is, it could be a brand new show, then you're kind of lost with how to do your self-tape. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening that is not really great for actors that aren't stars already, that aren't name actors. Name actor is a really, really great, undeniable actor that's already in the stream, that we know them and we know we can rely on them, and we bring them in for anything that we think they would be great for, which could be a myriad of different roles. There was a time when series always made 22 episodes in a season, which was great. It kept us working longer in the year. Now, so many of the series are limited series. And I love the limited series. I mean, they're beautiful. They're like films, but having less episodes for actors to get cast in is detrimental to actors who aren't big stars. Watching the recent Emmys, I mean, I don't even recognize the landscape of episodics anymore. I mean, shows, big sitcoms that I worked on, 3-camera comedies, which I guess are going away entirely, at least on network television. Those kinds of shows wouldn't even be nominated anymore. What's also interesting is that comic actors, like really brilliant comic actors, are getting hired for shows like White Lotus. And then look at Ali Wong, who won basically for a drama. Bottom line is, if you want to make a living at performing, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to get out there and perform and not just take classes. Classes are fine, but they can be a safe zone. And you've got to be out there performing under pressure. And that's really how you become an amazing performer, is being out there, being bold, telling your own story, being in plays. I mean, look at the cast of Succession. They were all found on a stage. And the same with The Bear, and pretty much Mrs. Maisel, and The Gilded Age. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So if you're an exceptional performer, if you are undeniable, if you are a good person, if you are relatable, humble, comfortable in your own skin, you will get found. Just keep doing it, because we need you.